Hello, and welcome to the Legendarium Green Team. I'm Jingalls 90, and with me today are Texas Blade,
Hey,
Cesky,
Hey, everybody.
and Little Red Book.
hello.
And today we are discussing the penultimate book of the Alex Verus series, Forged by Benedict Jacka. All right, I am going to break the illusion a little bit here and
Don't
tell
do it. Don't
everyone
do it.
I'm doing it.
You
I
have
like
to though, because it's gonna
as a,
influence our conversation.
it is as of 10 minutes ago, I have read Alex Verus's story in Risen. And if
Mm.
you have read it, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Mhm,
So,
mhm, mhm.
yeah, so we're going to be talking a little bit like we probably know about two books. And that is because we are all mostly caught up at this point. I think I'm about 28 pages behind everyone. So, um,
Wait, we're talking
yeah,
about both?
just no. We are not
No, no.
talking about both. I'm
Okay,
just saying
because
there
I
might be
some growth.
some
Okay,
slip
yeah.
ups here.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say because
I
I
haven't
I
refreshed
perfectly
myself yet.
saw it.
No. You're all
Yeah.
good. You're all good. I just wanted to say that because the next thing I'm going to say is kind of influenced by the fact that I have read book 12. And that I really loved Forged because of what it does and what I was hoping it would do, which is take care of a bunch of the tiny or slightly bigger loose ends in the story and leave us very focused on one central story in the last book. And I think it does that really well. And I'm glad to see that Risen didn't bring a bunch of crazy wild stuff that I wasn't expecting into the end there so far.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed Forged. I had a ton of fun. And every single book up to this point, I have talked about how I can pump these out in a day. I just want to run right back into them. And I finally actually did it. Like I actually finally actually just was like, forget a schedule. We're going into it now. So
Well, I can't blame you because the way it ends is literally on a cliffhanger.
yeah,
Like,
Yes. Yeah.
I
There's no
I
resolution.
wouldn't
There's
have.
no difference between 11 and 12. It's like one book cut in half, like literally.
Yeah,
That's what it
exactly.
feels like
Except
sometimes. It's
except
like,
well cut in half. You know,
yeah.
it's
yeah.
not. It's wrapped up enough. It's not like an actual cut in half book with guts hanging out. It's sewn up.
Yeah, absolutely. So I imagine we all have a lot to talk about because, like I said, there is a ton of stuff that stories that come to a conclusion here, and in really satisfying ways. I don't know if I feel dissatisfied with any of them. I wonder, do any of you feel different?
I don't think we can talk about any of this until we get
Oh, just generally
Rich.
speaking. We'll get into the details
yeah.
later. I'm just curious.
There are some
I
characters that do not continue that make me sad.
Okay.
I don't think I feel bad or sad for any of the character outcomes that happen in this book. A lot of them, probably deserved it, or they should have been removed a while ago. I like that we get a little bit more clarity as to kind of more divisions within the council. A little bit, we see that, but no, there's nothing I think you could really change and be like, no, I think this person needed a more grand end. You almost the opposite. Sometimes you kind of wish it had been just like, oh, this person sucked. They get a quick end. Nobody cares after that kind of a thing. But
Sure. How about you, Texas?
I I can't think of anything. I like the book. It was good. I can't think of anything more profound to say. Really. Yeah.
So what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna piggyback back off Chesky. What I'm gonna say is that there are endings that I find sad in this book.
Yeah.
They make sense in the story. And I think that what is really nice is that Jacka doesn't pull punches. Like I think he really does what he needs to do to serve the story. Even though I'm not happy, but
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
think
happy
that's
about a
kind
lot of
of where I like draw the line on satisfied is not necessarily meaning happy, right? It's more just like, yeah, this played out. Maybe not the what like in a happy way, but this makes sense to me. Like this storyline had a natural progression and it fit that progression really well and ended that in those conclusions satisfactorily. Um
I
but
agree.
yeah, it's a lot in this book because there are 12 books, a lot of people get named, a lot of things start happening. And eventually you just start getting a list of people doing stuff, but I think it's all handled incredibly well. So yeah,
you
I
don't
think
If
go
you
for
don't
it.
cry at the end of this book, you have a heart of stone. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, I guess I have a
Right.
heart of stone then. I didn't cry.
I think
I I was gonna say that in my mind, from the last time I read this, there was one plot it's actually a lot smaller of a plot in this book. It's still big, but it's not the main plot that had like overtaken it. So in my mind, I was like, oh yes, this is the plot. This is the book where this is the main focus. And I'm like, oh, that's not what it was at all. Like that was just part of the focus, which was not bad. But it's nice that, like you said earlier, he's checking names off his list. This person needs to die, they're gone. This person needs to die, they're gone. Things like that. And we're resolving plot lines and not increasing them.
cool. So okay,
It's
yeah.
very nice that when you reach the end of this series, that it feels like the end of the series. Like it doesn't like you can fantasize about what's going to happen, but it's not like, oh my God, there's going to be 20 other books I'm going to have to read. It
Right.
feels
Yeah.
it feels done.
Done. Yeah. Like you really like I don't know if this is a spoiler in and of itself, but you can't really look to too many characters and be like, man, I would love to see a spin-off of them. Because it's like, no, their story really doesn't need to expand beyond whatever happened. And I'm not even saying that you have to be dead or alive for that. It's just, yeah.
I can think of one,
Yeah.
but that's it.
So, okay. With that said, let's move into spoilers. And Chesky, I saw you timing. Are you doing okay?
Oh no, I was counting how many characters
Oh,
besides
okay.
stories I want to see in the future.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get into that. Yeah, a
Yeah,
little bit more.
I
I
was like, I
just feel
got
like,
one here, two here. I'll always take more Landis. I mean, that's
Oh,
a
I love
given,
Landis
right?
so
yeah,
Like
much.
Landis
even
is such a
prequel stuff about
solid.
Landis would be so good. Like, so I'm up to like 5 or 6, but I mean, I know in the scheme of things that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
But
But
you don't feel unsatisfied because it doesn't.
like
yeah,
I will
exactly.
say,
I'm
like for
not feeling
Landis, like
unsatisfied.
yeah, like for Landis, I would love to see maybe a couple short stories about him just being awesome. But I really don't know what that guy can offer me as far as like a larger series can do.
Right. I agree.
So
So this may be a spoiler and you can bleep it out if it is, but a short story of Calderas and Landis rooming together would be fun.
would be fantastic. I would be so down.
I was exactly thinking, yeah, Landis in college would be great, or whatever that
That
was.
also makes Landis a lot younger than I thought he was.
I
That's a good
know,
point.
right?
No, I think he was there for remedial training.
Okay, so he was still slightly older. But
No?
No, he was, but he's
Yeah.
yeah.
so okay, let's get the synopsis out of the way here. In the penultimate novel of the Alex Verus series, Alex is done letting people run him over. In the follow-up to Anne embracing the Jinn and being released, Vary and Alex find themselves in the Himalayas searching for Jagadev. They find him, all right, crucified and covered in a spell from Anne that is slowly torturing him to death. Vary takes the final kill and takes an object. But Alex and Vary aren't the only people chasing friends. Rachel is also in hot pursuit, and she finds the two across the world. They successfully escape, but it becomes clear Alex needs to prioritize his problems. First, he will get Rachel to either switch sides or kill her. Next, he'll make his problems with the Light Council go away. And finally, he'll do something about Richard and Anne. Taliesin and the Council continue to reject Alex's efforts at a ceasefire, so with the help of Cinder, Alex goes for the source of Levistus's power, a chat GPT that has been collecting dirt on all of the magic users on the planet. The heist takes the two to the Heron Tower, where they successfully steal the AI named November and encounter Rachel, Barayar, and some mercs on Levistus's payroll. Cinder is unsuccessful in talking Rachel out of her anger, and she runs. Alex successfully escapes with November and learns how Levistus has managed to control the council like he has. And keeping his promise to Cinder and Shireen, Alex makes one more attempt to save Rachel. She refuses Cinder's offer to leave and chases Alex into Elsewhere, where her own reflection brutally murders her. Shireen vanishes, claiming Alex was always Richard's chosen, and the Jinn controlling Rachel vanishes. With the assistance of Morden causing a distraction, Anne and Alex raid Levistus's house, where they have a battle with Caldera, Barayar, and the Mercs. Alex convinces the Mercs that their contract is up by using November to cancel their payment, and they escape, leaving Alex to fight Caldera one last time, where he successfully beats and almost kills her. Anne intervenes, however, saving her and Barayar as prisoner or as Jinn hosts. Alex and Levistus fight, and Alex successfully kills him, never convincing him that this all could have been prevented. With another council member dead, they start to pay attention and grant Alex's ceasefire, which actually turns out to help the goat of this whole series, Morden. Morden has been using Alex in hopes that this ceasefire can be given to him as well. He succeeds and says he's retiring. In one final confrontation, Anne tries to get Luna to bond with the Jinn in the monkey's paw. Luna refuses, and a battle ensues. Veri and Anne teleport away, and Alex, Karios, Hermes, and Luna are left in the hollow to greet Richard, who asks for an alliance. That's most of the stuff.
Now, I know that last book had a really gruesome and like brutal scene. This book also had a couple like brutal scenes and just like brutal concepts that were played out like with the Jinn and such. So just yeah, he's not pulling the punches at the end here with the not shying away from gruesomeness.
No, that's what Rachel. Well, I was reading that in bed, and it was,
Oh no, a lot to read that.
It was like, yeah, it was like 10. It was at like 10:50 at night or something, like super late.
Oh no.
And I was like, okay, I'll finish this chapter and then I'll go to bed. And then I finished that chapter and I was like, and now I have to dream. So this is fun.
It was so what I wanted for Rachel is for her and Cinder to go off and make nice little dark mage babies together and just walk away.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that this book talks about is walking away. But that scene from they're standing in this room in Neverwhere or Everwhere or whatever.
Elsewhere.
And, Aware. And
Neverland.
Rachel's dissolving. Rachel's dissolving. There's a mirror showing Rachel and the Jen and Shireen they're all in a room together and her reflection is killing her and then does in the most gruesome fashion. And Shireen says, you were the chosen and you were the last
Are
one.
now.
Now because you've now killed me too. You were the last one that you killed. But she accuses him of killing Rachel. Do you think he killed Rachel?
Yes. I mean, if you lead someone to a bridge and like they fall out and like push them off, then like yes, you killed that person even though it was the fall that did it. Like he took her
He didn't
elsewhere,
push her
but
off though. He brought her onto the bridge and
he caused her to follow. He knew what he was
she
doing.
was she fell down a hole as she was walking towards him. She was not paying attention to anything.
I don't think there's a lot of leeway here in saying that like he caused.
I mean,
he knew what was happening. He knew that she would die in Elsewhere, and that he would kill her if
he was going to kill her for sure. He didn't choose exactly how she died there, but he was planning to kill her there, and it happened. So
yeah, I think
but
the intention was always for her death, right? Like that was the end result of that entire encounter. I think
he really did want her to walk away. Just walk away.
I think he wanted her to walk away until
he's giving her chances. He gave her all the chances in the way. Yeah, but she wasn't she was only going to walk away if everything was done. If she was not done, she was not going to walk away. That's what he told Cinder, that this is her last chance, and if she comes at me, she's dead. And I don't think he planned it as it happened, but
yeah. I mean, I will say this. I think there's very genuine surprise there when he realizes that bringing someone with such a fractured mind was probably not the best idea. Mm-hmm. So I do believe that he went into Elsewhere not fully anticipating like she steps into Elsewhere, it's time to kill her. It's step into Elsewhere again, push that limit like he has been with literally everyone. Like push them to the point where there are no other options, and that maybe this one occurred, but much quicker than he anticipated. I don't think the end result is fine in Alex's book, but it started at a point where he lost control a little bit, and that's a problem.
I'd like to point out that Shireen's been dead for a while. Being a ghost figment of a person does not make you a candidate for Richard's chosen.
Well,
she's
and
beyond useless in every sense of the word here. So
I think she does mention that she's not exactly Shireen. She's like the last little bits of her kind of staple.
But
So
Shireen says, you killed Tobruk. Yes, that's true. You killed
Mhm.
Rachel. Yes, that's true. You killed me. No, Rachel killed you. That's not the same. Like, yes, I'm stopping this essence
I
piece, but
mean,
not
if you
really.
wanted to split hairs and everything, she was codependent on Rachel's life. I mean, it was Rachel's life that was keeping whatever was left of her alive, but she's not the real Shireen. She's a ghost, an imprint of Shireen's, a few last
Yeah.
hopes. Or maybe she's actually part of Rachel that merged
I
with
liked
thoughts of
Alex's thoughts
Shireen.
about it. Yeah, that Shireen is Rachel's literal guilty conscience. Just
Yeah.
she can't change,
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
can't move on, she
Yeah.
can't actually do anything.
And
She's
she even
just there to
says
try
that,
and repair. Yeah.
well, she talks to
Mhm.
Rachel and says, you're the one who killed me, not Alex.
Right, but she accuses Alex, saying
Yeah,
that
she
that's
does at
why
the
he's the
end.
Yeah.
chosen because you killed everybody else. And it's like, but
But
not
she's
really.
kind of
Like,
dying
she's
and
just lashing
vanishing,
out right
so
then.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's lashing out, yeah.
Mm, never mind, I
Not
can't say
saying
that.
she's right, but
Is she not
that's
lashing out as
she's
she
kind
dies,
of
Fred?
Hmm?
Is she not lashing out
Oh
as she's
yeah, she's
dying?
just. I mean,
Yeah.
can you
So
blame
it's
her?
just,
I
No.
don't
I
hold
mean,
blame against her.
no.
And she wanted something that was impossible for Alex to do, the same way that Cinder did.
And I don't think
But
she could have wanted anything different because of her situation.
I
Yeah.
mean, we get mad at the end.
Yeah. Did Alex fail to fulfill this prophecy then?
I
Do
I
you feel
don't
that way?
think you can fail a dragon prophecy.
Yeah, I think it's more of they didn't understand the prophecy.
Mhm.
Like just no one understood it, and that's where the
Yeah.
problem
Yeah.
ultimately lay. Yeah. Okay.
Or
I'll
maybe it
take
was a
that.
kind of a forked type prophecy where it could have gone one way, or it could have been it maybe could have come out several different ways in the end and still been correct kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the
Uh,
whole Oracle of Delphi, and the king is told if you go and fight this army, an empire would be destroyed, and it turns out to be his.
Right.
He just assumes it's gonna be the other empire. But could we go back a little bit?
Oh yeah. Sure.
I
well, you
wanna
don't want to
talk
start at the
about
end
this
of the
concept.
book?
We've not even talked about the middle of this book.
Yeah.
That's the point. Yeah.
What about this concept of walking away? And it's repeated, it's throughout the series, but it's really repeated in this series. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I love it. That's why Morden's the goat.
Mhm.
Because this guy did exactly what he wanted to do, and he knew at exactly which point he was done. He knew when his goal was achieved, or when
Um,
he could no longer pursue a similar goal. So he
I
left.
mean, you could also give him some ghost status for just like having an achievable goal in the first place.
Right. But,
Right?
I mean, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, even in that discussion with Morden and Alex, like, Alex still very adamantly believes that he has no other choices. He still very much believes that. Like, that every single time that, and again, like with Rachel, like, every single time he is put in a position where he has an option to pursue or walk away, he has to choose pursue because everyone's forcing him down the pursue path.
Well, he's tried the
I
walk
think
away
he's
path
walked
way
away
too
many
long.
times.
Yeah. And now,
Yeah.
now it's
He's
time
done
for
walking away. It's
Yeah.
like I've tried walking away how
Well,
many
that's the thing,
times?
right? Like, we're assuming there's a limit to when walking away can stop, but or when walking away has to stop. But is that necessarily true? Because I mean, we do find,
It depends on the situation.
yeah. I kind of want to come back to this when we talk about
I'll
Risen.
I'll just say in general, I think that the walking away applies to a certain extent. I mean, even as a kid, like I'm not saying I was bullied, but when a kid is bullied, what do we 90% of the time say? Just ignore them, or eventually it becomes just stand up to them at least once, and then typically that's when things diffuse or stop. Like you can't avoid your problems forever. You can, but that's not really that doesn't do anything. It's just avoiding them. You can't grow, you can't change, things can't get better. They just keep circling,
Yeah.
right? Until
What
they
I
come
think
back.
is
And so you have
interesting.
to stand up to them.
Sorry.
Now, you don't have to kill your problems, right? Nobody's
I
advocating
mean,
kill
if
the
they're
bully
trying to
like
kill
Alex is.
you
But
and do so repeatedly and show no reason of
But
stopping, it's like
yeah.
at some point it's you or them.
Yeah, unfortunately for the situation that Alex is in, his do require a more long-term put down basically.
Solutions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think in general it doesn't require
If the
that
problem
most of
doesn't
the
follow
time.
you when you walk away, you can continue to walk away. If the problem follows you when you walk away, then can't really walk away
Mhm.
until you
And
break
that's
its
what I
legs.
I was kind of thinking about it, as he gives his enemies a chance to walk away. Levistus, the Night Walkers, whatever they were,
Yeah.
Stalkers, I think, right?
Night Stalkers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
the
gives
Night
everybody a
Nurse.
chance to walk away. Caldera multiple times, everybody options, but
Everybody.
nobody takes it up on him. So
And so I feel like he is because it's his life on the line, he's the only one not given the option to walk away.
but you see, Reddit, you just don't understand. For the good of the country, he needs to just
I
lay
didn't even
down
know
and
what that was
die.
about. I'm saying the
Just
good of the country.
Oh
What
my
are we
for the
gosh,
good
talking
of the
about?
country, he needs to be killed.
Yeah.
Can't you see that if he would just die, all their problems would go away? Richard would suddenly die. Anne would suddenly stop, die. Everybody'd be so much happier if they would just, look at the betterment of others and choose to willingly sacrifice themselves for no reason.
Ugh.
Like,
So
clearly,
I
that's the
kind of
problem.
understand with Anne because the Gen is taking her over. Like, really, it's probably the good of the world if that situation got resolved. But Alex, the good of the country, what are they even talking about?
Yeah.
This all could
On
have
the
been
off
avoided,
chance that
10 books
listeners have
ago.
not read the books, there's a speech given by Levistus that is
Funny.
So
yeah, funny,
deluded.
infuriating, sad that there's people that think that way. Very yeah.
I
That's
think
what
I think Alex said it best. Why is it that when somebody has to sacrifice for the country, it's never you, right? Like
Yeah.
it's
Mhm,
always somebody
mhm.
else.
Mm.
yeah, I
Um,
I do love like Alex tried to give Levistus the benefit of the doubt a couple of times at the end there, and I was just like, "No, dude, just let him do what you got to do. Just be done with this fool. We're done. We're out of this."
and that scene where he's talking to the council and he's like, 3 people are missing because of me. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
And then it will be 2, and then it will be 1.
That was a
Mhm.
really
Continue.
good little speech he gave right there. That was a good speech.
And Morden coming out of the bushes and like,
Yeah.
The slow
and by the
clap.
way, I used you because I'm your associate now. He's like, I can't be too mad about that.
Okay, we are still totally talking about the end of the book. Do we want
I
to
know.
move all the way? Let's move
All
all the
right,
way back. Let's
let's
talk
move
about
back
Jagadev, our
half.
first
Okay.
loose end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So that was
man.
a great way. That was a great way to open the book because Jagadev, I was not particularly interested in seeing any more of. Like, I was just kind of the character had fallen out of my interest like 4 books ago. So it was great to just see that, like, no, this is just Anne's gonna take care of this one, and we're done with it. Um, and it also set the pace for the book completely, right? Like that we knew this book was nothing but a hit list. We were gonna watch that hit list play out. so um so yeah, Anne's tool was brutal, but having a hard time saying that was too much for Jagadev. I'm glad Very got a bit of the action here though. I feel like Very's one of those people that we haven't, like, his emotional state has just kind of been very tough. That's it. So it was nice to see him get a little bit of payback. I don't know. How'd y'all feel about that?
It's brutal. I mean, living in a spell as you're crucified to keep you in constant pain. That's rough. He did a lot of bad things though.
I mean,
So
speaking of somebody who could walk away, he spent 200 years
Yeah.
seeking revenge, and the only reason he doesn't kill Anne and Varys is because that would be the end of his life. Like he would have nothing else to do because that's what he's been doing. And I just thought that was really powerful about how revenge can destroy you. He could have gone on and done a bunch of other things, and he
Yeah.
didn't.
I'm not sure what,
It's-
but yeah, sure.
He could have, I don't know,
At
anything.
that point, I
Like he's
think he
like
was
super
too
magical. He could
consumed
have
by
like,
revenge. Like,
but
it was,
Technically, he's immortal too, I believe. So yeah, he could have a
yeah,
nice long life, and he thought he
he could
was
have.
going to.
He could have
Um,
gone to a shadow
Don't
realm
play with your
and
food. That's obviously the lesson of this, right?
well, that's what I mean. We're kind of swimming in some murky gray stuff right now, right? Because we're talking about one version of revenge not being okay versus another being acceptable,
yeah.
right? Which is kind of weird because Jagadev, there's a pettiness to his revenge. Like he was looking to
That's
slowly
revenge
wipe out
from
these
a position
families.
of power, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like as opposed to revenge because it's active current danger.
Yeah. Like Alex, we find pretty much acceptable in what he's choosing to do because we've seen every limit being pressed. But Jagadev was loose in what he was choosing to do.
He wasn't in any danger. Jagadev wasn't.
Yeah, Jagadev
Alex
wasn't under a
is
kill order, like kill all these families really slowly over time, or you'll be killed. It was
Right.
Yeah.
that was all his kind of choice. And I don't know. I mean,
Is Alex is not pursuing revenge. He's pursuing just stop. Just leave me alone.
I mean, at what point does it become revenge, though? Like, is it not revenge if somebody tries to attack you multiple times and you finally go and attack them? Is it not? I mean, it's very similar to
No,
revenge.
no, it's completely
that's
different.
what is it? It's a strong defense or
A strong
the
defense.
an active defense.
Let's have some big active D on the sports there, you guys. Get some
He
active
never goes
defense.
after any of these people because of what they've done to him. It's by trying to get them to stop doing it.
He's not going after what they have done per se. He's doing what they're going to do because he knows they're not going to stop.
I feel like he goes after Levistus specifically because what he
Well, I mean, that's
doing.
fair.
Well, he is actively in the way of everything. Levistus is the beginning of all the troubles, really, and he is continuing to be the trouble. So, I mean, it gets the job done.
He does sign an awful lot of death warrants. I'm just
He does.
saying.
Gets
Well,
people
that's
to. I mean, he was the big roadblock in everything. He was the one making the council, not letting the council be reasonable. His machinations got everything happening.
That line
Well.
about, is this all over a bunch of sex tapes?
Yes, it's always about a bunch of sex tapes.
I will say,
Oh my God.
like,
November is so the best. I love him.
there was a lot of funny lines in this without being like they weren't like, oh, this is the comedy line, so you laugh at it.
Yeah.
But also they were just hilariously funny in the context that the things were that were said, because this book does not stop. Yeah, you know what I mean. It does not stop going hard, right? So it doesn't ever like stop. I'm trying to find one of my
Oh.
funny lines that I.
Yeah,
was
that's
just
why I
so
was just trying
funny.
to do the same.
Oh yeah, here's one. Like, this is when he's talking to Karios, and he's like, I mean, when we first met, you were trying to kill us. We kind of killed you. Obviously, it didn't stick, but you were living in the Shadow Realm for a long time, and it's like that's funny. Like the death didn't stick bit. It's like there's just more. There's a lot of that in here, which is like it's funny without being like, yeah, you're much less fun to explain things to than Luna Cinder. Like that was just hilarious. Like he's trying to explain his master plan, and Cinder's like, I'll do it. Sure, whatever. Like that was
Like
funny.
every interaction with November and Alex is hilarious. I don't mean
These
to
are
bother you
Apple
right
speakers. How dare you
How
give me
dare
these
you.
speakers?
Apparently, there's something wrong with Apple speakers.
Well, I mean, I could have told you that, but no.
Yeah.
Well, I know you don't have surround sound. I'm really sorry about not having surround sound in the hollow. That's really just sad for you. And then when he's like, actually, I like you using the Dreamstone. That's actually better. I think I like that better.
It was like, where's my handshakes? Where's my authentication protocols? Who are you?
Who are you? November was a fun, like, this was the exact type of character you add in a second to final book, and it's okay. Like, this is like the turning point that November functions for makes sense. Like, we had to know how Levistus was getting all this information, right? Now we've got him, and he's fun. He's a lot of fun.
You had him earlier. He could be the Bob of the series, but oh well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he gets set up in his own apartment. He has accounts. He has
Yeah.
contacts. He's like, I really want my radio tower back. And Alex is like, no, you can't have your radio
Can't
tower
have
back.
that,
That would look
sorry.
weird.
Like, not yet. Maybe later. This is the plot that for some reason, that's the only thing I really remembered about this book, aside from Levistus's death, was like the whole November plot taking the whole book, and it's like 2.5 chapters, maybe.
Yeah, it's not very long. Well, and then like we get all of this buildup of showing like Alex being like spending a lot of time talking to imbued items and stuff, and now we finally get one that talks back, and like it's a huge like respectful thing between them. Like he understands
He's
that he
not
needs to keep his
imbued.
number safe.
He told the Dryad
He's
many
a
times,
synthetic AI,
he's
right?
not
Excuse
imbued.
me.
No, I think he is. No, he said he wasn't an elemental.
Oh, that's right.
She was
That's
calling
right.
him an elemental, and yeah.
No,
The
I
Dryad is
really wish I had
sweet
saved
and
what they
cute.
actually call it. It's like a synthetic something, but it was like, okay, this is just their version of
I think it's synthetic intelligence.
Yeah.
synthetic intelligence. Yeah.
I want to say.
That's
Yeah, that's what I have written, at least.
And how happy are we to have Starbreeze back and giving
Well,
Cinder a bad time?
Yeah.
That scene where
that
it's
scene
like
was so good.
orange, blue, yellow,
No,
orange. You just said
no.
orange. I just love there's some very serious and upsetting things going on in this book, but there's these moments of levity that I mean, it's action comedy. It's great.
Yeah. And it doesn't feel forced in any way. Like
Mm-mm.
it takes place in the proper moments. It's in the down times. It's in the
Ah,
slower periods.
like Cinder,
And
Cinder saying like, "Don't use the Dreamstone. It's creepy. Just call me like a regular person."
A person.
I feel so bad for Cinder. I really do.
Yeah. That's a rough.
Cinder's been,
He's not exactly a good guy, but
But
we
he
know
just
there's
wants
far
a friend.
worse.
He just wants a friend.
He
No,
has a friend.
He
He's got
doesn't
Alex.
just want a
No.
friend. He
Well, he
wants
wants a
girlfriend.
partner. Yeah, he wants. But I mean, the guy is just so deeply loyal. He just so badly wants people to like to care for, which is fascinating.
I mean, he is a dark mage,
Yeah.
but yeah, and then then we get to see his good side in this. I think he has a pretty dark side too. We just don't see it now. I mean, we see it in him in the first book, really, I guess. But
In
then
the
even
early
there,
books,
he's
yeah.
he's honorable. Even then, though, I suppose. So I guess he's always honorable. More
He's one of
Yeah.
those heroes that are anti-heroes that they have their
Yeah.
own code, like Dirty Harry,
Yeah.
kind of. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Lawfully
That's a
evil,
good
kind
comparison.
of.
So what do we think about, is it Cypher, the dark mage?
Who are you?
What do we think about that trade that Alex makes with her? I'll basically give you an
With
in on the council.
Chalice?
Chalice, thank you.
Chalice.
Okay,
Okay, I
yeah.
was like,
I was
I
like,
do not
that's like
remember
Cypher. There's like there's nobody like that.
I almost was like, oh,
I do
is
not
it
remember
that person?
names,
I couldn't
so-
remember her name.
Wait, doesn't he just say,
That's
"Hey,
that's-
I'm potentially going to be on the council and we'll need an aide. Do you want to be it?" Like, I think
What do
it's
you think
good.
about that deal, though? She's asking for something for her
Well,
info.
that's the nature of their relationship. He's taken. It's time for him to give. That's the cut as dry as you can get with the dark mage. I think she'd be one of the better dark mages to have because she's not a bloodthirsty warlord dark mage. Like, make the council like an actual council of helping people and not a stuck up bunch of losers.
Yeah.
Like a
I mean,
council that just ignores all the adepts and lets them get swept up by dark
Yeah.
mages and tortured.
Like
Like,
I
she
said,
Type of
seems
dark
like
mage.
she actually seems like a viable candidate to be a representative of the dark mages on the council,
I mean,
or at least an aide there. Yeah, to help.
I don't remember who says it, but the light mages and the dark mages are basically the same. The light mages just
Mhm.
have
Yeah.
more bureaucracy. So saying that Chalice is I mean, you can't saying she's a bad person because she's a dark mage is it's the same as saying Alex is a bad person because he was a dark mage. It's not really. We don't ever see her go after and kill people. Or she's
we
never,
don't see
like,
much from her though, so you
That's
gotta
true.
wonder. She does consider herself a dark mage, but maybe she's on the
Well, you're either light or you're dark, so you have to say
yeah.
dark because
Well,
that's the way they get your
there
strength.
are a few
The independents
what are
are
they called?
so small
Independents.
to not even
Yeah.
be worth like
That we
if
know of.
she
We
calls
don't see
herself an
that many.
independent, she's gonna get steamrolled by the light council because
Yeah.
that's what they do.
So,
Yeah.
how do we feel about Anne?
Ooh, we're gonna get into Anne.
Are we gonna get into Anne? That's a big one.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going in this 300-page book. I don't know what to tell
Yeah.
you, guys. There's a lot of stuff. Anne.
She's a bit off the hook.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of mentioned this and is it marked. I'm I understand she's supposed to be the dark version of Anne, but sometimes it plays off as a little cheap and corny to me. Like I have a hard time sometimes with the interactions.
I
She
think that's
she was
fair.
constructed to be such, right?
I think the only kind of redeeming thing is that it's never just Dark Ann that we're dealing with.
Right.
It's always Dark Ann and the Jinn,
Right.
and the influence that that's having on her. Like Alex is saying, like that he's every time you use his powers, every time he takes a little bit more and a little bit more, and you're gonna lose this battle. And he's like, I'm not against you. I don't want to go to war against you. I don't want to kill you. I want to help you. I want to stop this. And then when she's trying to get them and she's like, I'm calling in favors. Like, you guys, you have to help. And like, you can tell that she's like, she knows that she's in a bad place and that she can't get out and she just wants their help. But with also knowing that, like, even if they come to help me, they're just going to be, you know what I mean? Like, she knows that nothing good would come of them helping her, but she still wants their help. And even so, when they say no, it's just like, that was like the heartbreaking scene this time for me. It was just like, she's like, please, please, I need your help. I need you guys. And they're like, no, we can't do this. We have to, we can't. And then the Jinn comes out and is like, well, I'm taking over and stretching my muscles in Annie. And like,
So I don't think Dark Ann is psychopathic.
she's not.
She cares about power, but she also cares about her power, not just for herself, but for the people that she loves. And she still loves people. So I would say it's, in my thought process, it's pretty realistic, although I understand where Texas and Jingles are coming from. And so I get it. And I'm going to go with Cesky that it's that the Jinn, every time she takes a little step in a direction that Anne normally wouldn't go into, she takes a little more, or the Jinn takes a little more. That's what I want to say about that. We like our
Yeah.
magical
Okay.
animals,
Yeah.
creatures.
Just real quick on the Anne stuff. I will. I do think when I appreciated Anne's character most was at the end of this book when she, like, it becomes very clear that she's desperately trying to just get anyone to be on her side.
Mhm.
And it's just not working. But because she's also approaching it wrong, because she doesn't understand how to approach it. Like, there is like some points where that extreme behavior stuff does function properly. Like, it works well. In the action bits, it's just a little much. She's being like coy or whatever because she's the dark evil Anne.
Dark Evil Anne needs 0 social skills to kill people.
Yeah.
So that's what she's got.
But,
I would say that
anyway.
Dark Anne is not Evil Anne, is what I
Sure.
would say. Evil Anne is Jinn Anne. Because we all have our dark sides, right? Well, I don't. I
No,
always
none
am
of us
sweetness
have
and
dark
light.
sides ever. No.
And the real problem is we need to get the Anns to get together and be Anne.
Right.
I think, and Dark Ann is a, that she's the separation. So you could argue that she is evil because she doesn't have anything to balance her out to be good, maybe. But
It's like
and now she has
like
the
her
power to act on her desires.
It's like her id and her super ego, and she doesn't. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know.
She doesn't have an ego. She has id and super ego.
Yep. Everything below the iceberg.
Right.
Yeah.
So, do we want to talk about what Jingles thought would happen when he finished this book, or do we have anything else to add?
Oh, I was gonna ask him about Caldera again. Now that
Yeah.
you've seen her for
Caldera.
potentially the last time. I mean,
Well,
that was a pretty
Totally gone. Never seeing her again.
actually, I think it was Red at some point you did say that you were pretty disappointed in Caldera, and after this book, I agree with you. I'm pretty disappointed as well. I just wish the stubbornness stopped a little bit, but it didn't.
She's almost says the same things as Levistus in the end.
Well, she's just on repeat. I mean, that's the thing. There are some villains, and I guess Caldera is a villain or an antagonist. I guess I'll be more specific.
That's more accurate.
But there are some antagonists in these books that just spend so much time telling you what you did wrong or what led them to this point of what made you be this way or made them feel about you this way or whatnot. And it's just so much finger pointing and it's so exhausting. And Caldera is probably the biggest culprit of this. And I think Richard's the second, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think both of them just spend so much time just pointing fingers at everyone.
yeah.
Richard's
No.
using it to manipulate, but maybe
Yeah.
not. Maybe.
I think it's more likely, right, that he's using it to manipulate, but for Caldera, it's just pure stubbornness. It was a cool fight, at
Yeah.
least.
I think the thing that makes me the most disappointed in Caldera is that she's protecting Levistus. You know,
Yeah.
if she had maybe caught up with him somewhere else, I would feel less disappointed in her. But she is protecting somebody kind of her own choice, right? She had the chance
Yeah.
to do other things that she knows. Yeah, she was to put her on the task force.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets trapped in the Shadow Realm for a little while. But like she had the choice and she's choosing to defend somebody that she knows is not doing good things. And, you know, very, very bad things, you know. But like
Yeah.
just to get at Alex because in her mind, Alex is the one not playing by the system. And it's like, well,
Right.
the system is broken as we've seen. Like
Well, and she keeps saying, I know the system is messed up, but, I'm just doing my job. And I think it's a
yeah.
little unfair to do the whole just following orders for her. But the
Yeah.
amount of times earlier in the series where she just is like, well, I put in the warrant and she doesn't push for
Well,
anything.
she says that she knows that they have all the secrets, but then she's like, but you still should have thrown yourself in jail and just been killed then. Like, you know, she knows
Right.
what's going to happen and she's not willing to say, yes, I agree, you shouldn't have gone into that cell. Like, you know, she's just unwilling to actually, you know, do anything. Even I'm not saying if she had to go like 100% against her orders, but she could have been like, you know what? I tried to catch Alex and I just couldn't get to him this time. He was gone before I got there. You know, the small acts of trying to make the system better, that she doesn't have to go full out and say like destroy the system, get rid of the keepers, you know, like because the keepers do a good thing. They've been a lot kind of warped and they have way bad priorities, but like they do good. But she could be like, no, I couldn't get to Alex. You know, this guy. You know, I'm not gonna rough. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of other things she could have done to make it better,
I
and
mean,
it's
and that's
clear in this book that she's
basically,
unwilling to.
well, and that's basically what Taldaris does, is he's like, I'm just going to pretend like I haven't brought this, life mage to you. I'm just going to pretend like I'm not visiting your house and discussing how you need to stop killing people and make a deal, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, Landis?
Yes, Landis. Sorry.
Well, I was very confused.
Sander.
I
Oh my
really
God, that
like that.
scene with Sander in the apartment building. That was so good. He just shoots the
Shoots
the
Cimaris in
space
the
mage
head.
through the
Yeah,
portal. Like, oh,
That
so
was
good.
crazy.
that was really cool. I actually really liked Landis visiting and being like, yes, we want to stop him, but like if we stop him, then we kind of lose everything we are. You
Yeah.
know, they're trying to say they
Mhm.
want to stop Levistus, but if they as keepers just go in and murder him, then they're no better than Levistus, basically.
That's functionally a coup, right? So they have
Yeah,
they can't
but
do that.
I really like them. I have it. You're a forest fire, and we are allowing you to run this far, but the line has to stop, and the
Mhm.
line is
Mhm.
here. I'm telling you, the line is here. You are gonna stop, or else there's gonna be problems. I'm like, oh, that's you know. He's like, okay, let's do that. Let's
Yeah.
stop there.
Well, and then like Alex keeps trying to name drop people so that Landis feels a little bit guilty about anything that's happened so
Mhm.
far, and Landis just like, no, I understand. I know every single one of these people on a personal level,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I'm upset that they're gone because they they meant something to me. But this is the job.
It
But I
was
like that he's
the
not mad at Alex. He's mad at the situation, right? Because he knows. Yeah.
and that whole thing where he just tells Landis, "Just stop," because he's like, "I don't want these people to be people to me."
Yeah.
And it's just very interesting that Landis really considers the political price of a lot of things, and I don't know if Alex or Landis is right, but it's just an interesting conversation that they have about how real life politics work, and it's not ideal. It's actually pretty shitty.
I mean, you could probably. That's all right. We'll believe it. It'll be fine. I do feel like Landis is like the version of Alex that can exist
In the system.
if yeah, in the system. Like he's the person who actually tries to live by the ideals without manipulating them to his favor or gain. But and that's what Caldera, Landis, and Taliesin I'll include in this as well. I'll make kind of an interesting trifecta of all the different ways that you can interact with the council and the system and
Mhm.
kind of see where they are. Like Taliesin, you know that guy's never going to be like helpful to Alex unless it's helpful to the council. It's just not going to happen. But they both understand that about each other. And so like it actually doesn't work in Talos' favor. Alex completely manipulates it when they go into the deep shadow realm.
Which, by the way, was amazing.
Yeah,
He's
that
like,
was awesome.
Very good twist.
But then like Landis is like the more measured version of that, where he also has a bit of power and control. Like he is like the Order of the Star is or Shield.
Shield. Yeah, he's Shield.
Order of the
Star is
Shield is functionally his. So it's like
he's well respected in it.
Yeah. And the Order of the Shield is choosing not to pursue you because we find it a terrible use of resources. So, and then Caldera is just that deep end, just too blindly following.
yeah, she's just kind of stuck. It's really sad because when she's first introduced, you just love her so much. She's like, let's go have a porter. Let's have a spar session, trying to get her. And she is like a religious fundamentalist. That's kind of how I see her, or a political ideologue. Like she can't see that there has to be space for people.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
She doesn't have like any high. I mean, she's definitely political. She doesn't have any higher. It doesn't have a higher code. It's just whatever the system wants her to do, kind of thing.
I don't know. She's one of the characters that makes me the most sad.
Yeah. She's the one. Yeah, she's like the one for me where it truly did not have to be this way. Like Levistus, it didn't have to be this way, but I didn't really see it going any other way. Caldera,
You weren't sad?
Not
You
for
weren't sad?
Levistus. No.
You didn't cry when Levistus got
in
stabbed?
any way?
What are you, heartless? Is your heart made of ice and stone?
No less than
Oh my
Levistus's,
gosh.
I'll tell you that much.
That's
That was one of the best death scenes. It was amazing. It's like, you've been trying to kill me for how many times?
I guess one more thing before we do final things I was gonna say is about the Jinn and how they were taken out of time for, as briefly as it was, but that's why they're all so bound
Brief
up
but
in their
infinite.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
brief but infinite. Yeah, where it's the monkey paws, like it's the contract. The contract is the contract versus the Jinn Sultan, which we know is now kind of what Anne has, and he's like, oh, it's death
war
for
is the thing.
everything. It's war, eternal war. And I thought that was a really interesting way, and also like as a storyteller and just part of the story where it's like, yeah, why are the Jinn so crazy and warped? Yes, they are in items, and that's a good reason, but really, like, why are they so bent on one thing only? You know what I
Right.
mean? And
The
like,
space between.
yeah, and Alex talking with the monkey paw and just being like, "Hey, I don't want to use you. I just want to talk." And the Jinn being like, "Oh, I'm powerful, and you're gonna die if you're not careful." Even just talking to me, but like giving him answers, and we learn, but just like that's so cruel, like what they did to the Jinn, like that infinite but brief.
I don't
thing.
know, but cruel, but I don't think they were white and pure as
I
the
don't think
windows
they
of
were
snow or
trying
however
to
that
do
goes.
it and be like that cruel, but just that it happened.
No. Well, the Jinn were not the greatest beings either, is what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
they probably didn't deserve what the fullness of what happened to them. But
I
we don't know. That's something we only get little
I would,
tastes of.
I would kind of push back on that only because it feels like the history of magical creatures in this world has not been a great one.
What are you
Well, I mean,
talking
that
about?
bear,
There's
Alex
only
has.
creatures getting
Yeah.
harvested and stabbed.
Stabbed.
And
We do, like in the beginning, we do hear about the vampires, which were pretty bad. But yeah,
Which is
So-
why the Light Council was formed at all, right? Because they were trying to
I think so. Yeah,
keep
if I
order
remember
against them.
correctly.
So
And
yeah, I find it. I find the Jinn very compelling. Like it's a very interesting turn that I would have never anticipated at the beginning of this book. Like it's just really weird. And these are creatures that have been lost to time and space and are just mad. They're just mad.
I feel like one of the things that this book does, while being funny and pithy and short, it does introduce a lot of moral complexities and it doesn't give you an answer.
Yeah. I mean, I even think like with Alex, like we spend a lot of time talking about, is what he's doing right or okay. I don't know if that's ever really the right, like if there's really ever an answer to that question because it's so complex. I think the same goes with the Jinn.
We're in his head, but it does definitely from our perspective we see it does seem like he's doing the only thing he can do.
Yeah. And you see that with the Jinn and Anne. You very clearly see it with Anne because you have 3 distinct personalities fighting.
Even Arachne says that ultimately Alex could walk away if he wanted
Yeah.
to. And I want her back.
I know. I've been missing Arachne.
Just wait, 200 years and she'll pop right
She'll be
back
back.
in.
She'll find a new bud. Someone just like Alex, right?
That
She'll
would
get
be
together with the
the
dryad in the hollow.
That's what I want.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
just
would-
go hang out
the
with
short story that
areas.
we do want. Yeah.
So, okay. I think we've talked about pretty much everything in this book at this point. Anyone have anything else before we go to predictions that I totally didn't
I have
come
your
up with a
predictions
week ago?
pulled up here. Your
Do you?
predictions for Risen, yeah. So we
All
can go
right.
into that if you'd like. So you
Cool.
tell me how
Let's do
you're
it.
feeling so far about him still. Anne is going to kill Sagash and use his realm to create her Jinn army. You feeling confident on that one still?
Feeling good about that one.
Okay. This one's kind of we given at the end of the book. The Council, Richard and Alex are going to team up to fight her.
Yeah, that was a low hanging fruit.
I'll give you a gimme on that one.
Yeah.
Richard is going to betray everyone, but Alex will anticipate it and stop Richard from taking Anne's power.
Feeling good.
I'm gonna add a
Maybe.
question here to that one. Is Richard
Yeah.
going to live at the end of the book?
No. I don't
Okay,
think so.
that's fine.
Yeah.
No, Richard dead.
I thought you
What
said
about-
he was going to.
Is Annie going to be dead as well, or is Annie going to live?
I think Annie's gonna live.
Okay. Alex will take the power of the monkey paw with the Fate Weaver, stand outside of time, pull a butterfly effect, and reset the path for Anne, allowing her to live a happy life. Kill Alex in the process, making him a godly being. What is explain your reset the path for Anne?
Reset the path for Anne. Okay, so we have all these people joining up with Jinn,
Mm-hmm.
and in this book, we didn't really get into that. In this book, the monkey's paw does talk about how it does not hurt Alex because Alex is the host, and that is the law by which it abides. So I think this could be this could be the actual mutual combination of a Jinn with its host.
Mm-hmm.
And because the Fate Weaver is also involved, we have some really crazy power levels just playing in Alex's body. So
Sure.
that's where I came up with that one. So I think it would actually allow Alex to be like a dragon or similar enough to that he could start playing with timelines directly instead of enforcing fates like with the
Okay.
fate like he does with the Fate Weaver.
Okay.
I like
I
that.
like it. All right, now I don't know. So it's how far are you into Risen?
I've read 20 chapters. We'll put it
Okay,
that
so
way.
pretty far.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask a question, but then I thought, well, I'll ask the question. You just tell me if you already know or not.
Okay.
We learned the Sultan had 4 generals.
Hmm.
Do you know who the 4 generals are?
Like their hosts?
Yes. Yeah, their hosts.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm
Then I won't
very
ask you
aware.
who they were. I don't want to ask you to predict who they were.
Okay. I mean, I think based on this book, we know who 2 were, right? We know
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Rayar and Caldera, which I was anticipating at the time. I was not expecting the other 2.
She got
'Cause-
Anne first aid, or Anne gave her first aid, so of course we were saving her for that.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. So okay. No, it's just curious. And then of course your final one, Luna is going to continue to be awesome.
Because Luna's awesome.
So you're saying Luna lives?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think so. I was basing a lot of these predictions off of the prophecies that the dragon gave Alex, and it said Luna was going to be on a different path, which I think we've already kind of seen because she's doing the shop and she's like very much become a full-fledged mage in her own right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Very and Anne have to live because of the death of Alex Verus.
Okay. I'm trying to think of anything because I know you're coming up on the end, and there's a thing that there's a thing in this book that in book 12 that I know that Huron probably won't like when he reads it, but I hope you will like it when you read it at the end.
Okay.
Oh,
That's all I want to say
Interesting.
about that.
that is.
Okay.
You know what
Can
that
we get
is.
a note on that? I want to bring that back.
It's the big thing. It's the
thing.
big thing at the end, Red. You know the big thing at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know the thing. Yes. Everybody knows the thing except for Jingles here. I'm
Oh,
trying to think, is there
okay.
anything else I want to ask you to predict for me about like the state of the world after the book or anything? It's tough because you've already read so much. No, I'm done. I don't have any more questions. I'm sorry. It's so tough though. 11 and 12 is like, they're like, you want to go right to it immediately.
You do. You absolutely
Yeah,
do.
no
And
shade. No shade.
No.
You just like being like, I'm gonna write some stuff down and then I'm gonna finish.
And then I'm out. Yeah. I mean, I will say I've actually taken a longer time to read Risen because I just want to savor it as much as I can. But there's only so much you
It's
can
so
savor
good.
300 pages. Like,
Well, you just go back and reread it. That's what you do. You
That's
can
what
start
you
over
do.
at book
Yep.
1 and they're good.
So I have some things I want us to think about before our next episode.
Okay.
Favorite magical items, and that they can be any of the 3 type and viewed and blah blah blah. So like whatever.
One second, let me make a note.
Whips, rings, cloaks, armor. Favorite magical companions or animals in general, and who's the best, and why is it Luna? Because she's the best.
She is the best. And, is she better than Landis? Is she better than Morden? I love Morden. He's a great antagonist. I'm here
He's-
for Morden.
Morden's a really
we
good
can rank
antagonist.
best characters.
Yeah.
I just think that would be fun. Once we
Let's do
get,
it.
I don't know, it's probably going to be a long episode, guys, because there's a lot to wrap up.
We got to talk about the series as a whole too.
Yeah.
It's going to be, and we got to go back to my probably incredibly far out original.
Oh, now I
original
do totally
predictions.
want to listen to that. Okay, well,
Okay.
this has been fun,
Yes, it has.
but it is 90 degrees, and I should probably eat something today, even though I don't hate eating when it's hot. Gotta go find
Totally
out what it is.
fair. Totally fair. All right, let's close this out.
I will plug Libromancy for a little bit though. I've covered all 12 books. I really enjoyed them, of course. I did have Red on for the finale, and we go, instead of 15 to 20 minutes, we went for an hour talking about the book. So lots to discuss there. I can only imagine ours will be just as long, if not longer. So that's it.
It'll probably be longer.
It'll probably be. I mean, we've been pushing the hour limit on these last couple. So, all right. Well, thank you for joining me, folks. This has been a ton of fun. If you want to talk to us more about Alex Verus or really any book under the sun, please join the Legendarium Discord. We have a ton of fun conversations there. We are also now on YouTube, so please like, comment, and subscribe on any of those. And yeah, thanks to Craig and the Legendarium and Horizon Brave for starting the green team. Intro and outro music is Galactic Damages by Jingle Punks. And for Texas, Blade, Little Red Book, and Cesky, I'm Jingles. Until next time, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Good one.